Who was it? Where was it? When was it? Did it begin? Was it going to begin? Was it maybe going to begin? When did it start? Did it start or it didn't start at all? Or maybe it did start, but we didn't take notice. Maybe it's been going on forever and ever. Maybe it was there before we were born. And that's why for us it's all the same. But now that we know and see the difference, right, we figure we have to say something and get in on it. I just had the most hardest time getting my light down. Don't you see my face? If you're talking like this, how would this work? If I just lowered this, I moved the light a little bit back, there you go. Almost like the sun, right? Just like, let's get the sun right out there and show everybody what it is, okay? Here's the sun. Sun is gone. It has begun. I just bought paint. Excuse me, I didn't buy paint. I bought paint brushes. Does anybody want to know how much it cost me? The change was $1.22. In a leap year, it's May 1st. It's also part of the Mayan number of get up and go, 1 to 12. The 1 to 12, if you take it and look at it as moons, or if you count it in numbers, if you count it in numbers, it equals to 78. You get to the Queen, which is the letter L, which is one of the wings. The one of the wings is supported under Mars, under Mercury, and inside Uranus. One of the wings to help you to go. It's also on your telephone of the 1, 4, and 7, which makes 1 month of 28 days, could be 29 in the 1 leap year of the 4 months of the 30 days of every single year, and in the 7 months, every single year of 31 days. We have a total of 217. We have a total of 120 is 337, which is one more than having the 12th moon at the 336th day. Lo and behold. So what we have, I was starting to talk, but now I'm starting to sound like the lamb. Lamb chops this weekend, somebody? Maybe somebody is coming into the house. Is it a weekend in stripes and solids? I told you 1, 4, and 7. 200, okay, in 17 days. 120 is 337. 337. And then the last one of 28 days is 28 days and 337 is 365. 3, 6, and 5. I'm going to get to you with that swastika soon. Sooner or later. Alligator, zip it up. DNA, what am I talking about? Most of the time, I don't know. Sometimes it's some bits and pieces of accumulated information within my mind of something I do not know anything about at all. But when I put it together, I see that the numbers worked, and I know there was a situation that went with the numbers. If there wasn't a situation that went with the numbers, then how would I remember? I don't remember anything. Did you file those orders? Yes, they're done. Did you see that? Yes, I did. My brain. I want my brain to actually, my brain's going to go get me information while I go to the fridge. Can my brain, what speed am I thinking within my own head as I walk over towards the fridge, which is a bridgeway, a walkway in between here and there. They put something down. Otherwise, the fridge can be in somebody else's house. By the way, a lot of people got fridges out there. The social attraction of Capricorn. Corn on the cob, le pis, le défi, your life story. That's what Canada says. Take me out of the cage, enrage. What is my age? 1, 3, 4. The letters are P and R. They're connected together and give you 3 E and 5 E, or 3 C as company electric company. Just some designs, solids and stripe. Did you get your armies, your army and navy? I've been seeing 2s all over the place. This one and this one. Do you know why? Because the swastika goes down here, over this way, and down here. You get this one and this one. And you know what? I bet you I can find somebody that sticks up for me. Where's my purse? I had a purse. Where's the purse? Did I leave it? Oh, here it is in front of me. I have this. I dropped something on the floor. That's okay. It's my paint brushes. Let's see what we're going to do. See these dice? I have been seeing 2 all week. And 2, like I said, crisscrosses. It must crisscross. If you do LOSHU 2, okay, you do 2, you do 7, you do 5, you do 3, and you do 8. This is what you get. This is your LOSHU. Okay, 8335 electric company into the 8 worlds. In the beta world, this is normally 6, this is normally 3. It would be 5 and 4 from the sun. 5 and 7 and 6 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4. It would say 3, 4, 3, 5 and 6. 3, 5 and 6 is what it would actually be here if I exchange it to the other one because it's in this row. Anyways, regardless, here's the dice. I've been seeing 2s. Okay, I've been seeing 2s. I've been seeing 2s. In this, the 5 is a 2. So we get 2, 2, 5, 4. This is what my numbers show me. Okay, now what are we going to say? Do you know what this says? This says life. This is life of the sun. This is Grover Cleveland of ABC, life of the sun. Why? Because this is 22 or it's 4. This is life of Mars and the Earth's sun because 4 goes into 5, giving you your double life, your double U. Around to here or around to here, whichever one you want to go. But if you look on the side, it gives you 4, 4, 4. If you look on the other side, let me see something. This way. Okay, that was that. Okay, now you're seeing 5, 5, 2, 3, creation of the passage of 55. Okay, I don't even like what I'm doing with that. That's Nyrishkeit. Let's 68, 86 this weekend. How many times does it show up? It shows up 3 times just in the teams alone. Okay, I showed you LOSHU shows 72, 58. But inside the 5 always plays the 1 hole. 72, 68 shows up in LOSHU if you want to look at it this way. It's never 5, it's 6. You can't have 1. 1 is inside 5, becomes 6. Okay, the average 7 and 5 equals 15. Average is 5, 5, 5. The average here is 4.5. The average here is 5.5. Okay, that's also Nyrishkeit, and I don't like what I said because it means nothing. The little thing over here, if you take a look, this is the dog's mouth opening up from the neck. Man builds by the knees. You see him? Man needs stilts at his legs, so they add on the knees. Okay? Then this is the rest of man's shoulders. And all I did was mark down the numbers 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5 on both sides, and that's what I get. It's an 8-minute video. This video sucks. I don't know what it says. 2 sides of time, plus and plus, they're ticking, unless they're the digitals. You know when it turns around and around and around, what you score, what you stop on? It could also be done this way. Your thoughts. Your light thoughts. I don't know what it means. NFL, the tar on the eyes, the reflection, the bats and the balls, but there's no one flying, but there's balls flying and they got no eyes. You ever see a baseball? You ever think they made bats and bats with no eyes they can't see because the ball that's a bat, the bat has no eyes and it's you who takes the vision? Do you understand? You can see, you're holding the bat. Here comes the ball, okay? It's an eyeball, but it doesn't see. It has a pitcher. The pitcher holds the eye on the ball. You have your hands on the bat with the resin on the bat so you can hold on to the bat. You don't lose the bat who has no eyes. It has your eyes. It has each, and don't you know? You, and you. 21, 21, 21 equals 63 creation. 84 is within space. Creation within space. 63 and 84. 6 and 8 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 3 and 4 is 7. So you get 5 and 7. The 5 and 7 we get here. That 5 and 7 is the year we've come into right now. Have you ever had an ice pick? But the word pick or pick can be the stinging of a bee. You know why we're in New York right now? because something's coming out of Boston. The Boston Tea Party, you couldn't have it in Boston. They need time to set up, right? But the ice pick comes out for the pick, which is the second half of Who Man Is. It says spade. And a spade is what they dig. They dig you 6 feet down. You're less 2 feet up. You're lift with 4. Here's the spade in between. You see how the spade is made in between 3 circles over here? The pig, or the path, the Pythagorean, the pathi, the Pythagorean, say an I exchanged for an A, because it was 1 and 9, flip them around, you would almost say psi. Or why not say the revelation of Philadelphia? What am I trying to put together here? I'm trying to get you to think. Because I couldn't possibly know a lot more than I already know. I can only know a little bit more than I know. But everything you hear that wakes up your mind to know what all you know is what we all know. When we put it together, it's more than we knew. You know what's funny? I'm not going to be a nice guy right now, but Jen, this is the way I picture you. This is the way you look. Well, not Dutch, but that picture you just put up when you're turned around on the side with your little tattoo, so you sort of look like this angel, just the purity just sitting there. Another thing I want to show you, in roulette, there is this design. This design looks like a stiletto, a blade, okay? It's also the R letter, standing up with number 7. 7D, GD, God. Inside the R, it says God, and it even has the O. If you flip this up top, okay? If you flip this, just keep moving it. Pretend there's a pinion over here. You can flip it up to the other side. What would it look like? What would it be? Why would it be it? HIV? Well, why don't we just talk about the electronics that are in the beehive? What is the beehive of man? The beehive of man is in his dick. So they came out with HIV because they created the damn disaster. Doesn't it talk to you? Beehive, the 2 ends of man that can come into life somehow through his belly button and then be stuck up to the hive that he creates when he shoots off his loads inside some woman who's ready to capture all the bees and take all the honey through the sperm and the egg. They created HIV because it comes in the electronic world. It's an electronic creation. So somehow it came off of a buzz. Now you know the song by Lorde says buzz inside of it. Well, that's right. They buzzed and zapped something into our system that only the sexual organs can pick up that vibration or pheromone. And they caused Amophilus. They cause cancers to happen. It's part of the system. Whether it's supposed to be part of the system or whether we're supposed to catch on to it eventually, well, look, we caught on. I'm talking about it. We caught on. We know. Now it's time to regulate it, right? One team has to do one thing. The other team does the other thing. We have to figure it out in between without getting in any trouble, being nice to everybody, and eating shit like usual. Isn't that what it is? Those people are in between that don't want to make the 2 sides unhappy eat shit all the time. It's not that bad. It's called coffee. Or mushrooms. Mushrooms, they plant in shit, you eat it, it's 100% shit. Comes out white, but you're eating that shit anyways. And I get another mushroom. Oh no, don't get me horny. Don't get me horny. Horny's the name of a pig of mine where I got in 1989, 1990. They were going to throw the pig out. And this pig grew up to destroy. It destroyed a building. It was that big. And you know what's funny? Ronald Brown was the guy I was working with. I gave him the pig for free. I got it for free. It was young. I gave it to him for free. So it cost me $2 to bring to advance, to bridge a life. To bring a life forward is to bridge the life. So if it costs you $5, it costs you $5. 90% of most of the money is sitting in the bank doing nothing. All we have to know is how to use our head, not to pick up any enemies on the line. And don't forget, the more you take from one, the greater the chance he becomes the enemy, because what he once had was diluted, and now he no longer has it, and one day they'll be coming after you. Greenland marijuana or Maryland? Marijuana or Maryland? Is it Enki? Is it any? Any, saying E-N-E, actually saying the choice of? Here's Mars. You want to see the ass of Mars? Ass of Mars is Venus. Why? Because we drew it on this angle. Here it goes up to Mercury. Mercury comes down and plays inside the heart of man. Man's definite disposal system is right over here, in which man is not really, if you take a look at this, this is on an angle. Because where's man's tail and where's man's feet? How does it work? How do we connect the ass? Where do we put the neck? Want to see where we put the neck? Let me show you something where we might put the neck. What do you think about this Super Bowl weekend? Look at the way he's holding the ball. The J, the thumb is lower than the finger. So if you just did this, what would you do to make it a J? They've tied the breast together. What does that mean? You see the two wings on each side saying, yeah. Yeah, look at me. I've got a neck, but it's only skin. Once they pull that bone out of your neck and they pull your head off. So they got this. And it says top menu. Now the question is, TOP 2015 and 2016. Or just 2016. 20 and 16 is 36. Me knew. I knew. What is it saying, me knew? This is the sun. Me is the sun. Okay? New is Nibiru. New is Boston. New is electric company. The menu. Cooking it all in the wok. Cooking it in the wok. Should we all walk? What is going to go on with the cheerleaders? And you know what I really want to know? Is there going to be one of those stuffed animals, you know, like the Philly Fanatic or something? Are any of those going to be there? I didn't tell you the story. What happened last night was watching a movie. The woman put on perfume, and my whole apartment stank perfume. Stank perfume. It was pretty weird. The weirdest thing about it was I was standing next to the washroom listening, and then I started to smell it, and I put the video back, and I looked, and she just put on perfume, and it was stinking. It's really weird. So I showed you about that part of the menu. The other part of the menu, it says cocoa in red, splitting the hearts apart. Cocoa and fruits for breakfast. Only $18. You see the dollar sign in the center? Your S. Don't forget, this weekend, when you see 19 this weekend, this is the greatest thing. This weekend, when you see 19, there's a chance you're either going to see 3, 6, and then 7 or 8. Every time you see 19 this weekend. Or let me say it a little bit different. When you're in the red zone, okay, is the red zone start at 20? 21 is your dice cube. You take away the 1, you're in the red zone. You've got 20 more yards. You have this whole dice. How many yards will you pick up at a time? If you pick them up all at once, you get 6. 6 equals 19. 25 jack. Why? Now you can get your 1. Because you're inside the 20. You don't want to touch the 20 because it touches the 19. You have 1 here, and the 6 is actually a 9. You get your 7 points. Well, don't you count for 2? 2 on the field? Don't forget what the penalties are all about. The penalties will tell you who you are. 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards. Maybe we'll bring it all the way downfield for pass interference in the end zone. Sometimes they like to call it, sometimes they call it. I don't even know what the laws or rules are anymore. So when you get 19 in the red zone, you're going to try and get 3 points. You're going to try and get 6 points. You're going to try and get 1 or 2 points after the touchdown. When you get in the red zone, your eyes are close to 3 thoughts, 3 or 6. Your thoughts are not on 1 and 2. You're not thinking about 1 and 2. Well, then again, if you're at the end of the game, you're down by 2. You're not going for 1. You're going for 2. The end zone, eh? The Moza burger. I told you the word was Zaza. It's not Z. Let's change. You see number 72 again? The Beta World, the 7th gate. You see what it says? 11 blood. Let's bring blood to 11. Okay? This means student. This says 5 years. No, it doesn't. It says without élevé. It means no hormones. A and W is giving no hormones. It's in orange. It's talking to us from this world. It went away, it was serving crap, and then it came back, it was serving crap, and now it's back again. It's orange. Harvey's is orange but electronic, and they're serving the soya. Okay? Now, it says without steroids, without hormones, but then it says in little words, ou de steroids, without hormones or of steroids. What does that mean, or of? Just fucking, excuse my language, say it doesn't have. Just come out in a commercial. You know the way I want the commercial to be? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm selling a hamburger. I come to you from hamburger heaven. A, it's 100% pure beef. We use either chuck or we use this. What kind of beef? Where do we buy our beef? Okay? If I had a restaurant, I want to tell everybody how often my beef gets cleaned. Well, I wouldn't be telling everybody how often my beef gets cleaned if it gets cleaned at all. Wow, what a crazy thing. I walked right into that one. Okay, now we're going to get on to the next piece. Have you ever heard of Vietnam? Soul, Vietnam? Vietnam in French, in the name of man. Have you got soul? You talking about a shovel? An appel, which is a phone call, or a pelle in French means a shovel or spade. Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble, Wilma, Betty, Dino, Pebbles, Hoppy. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe, number 42. Let's see, I've got another piece over here. B&O, okay, the 26th property. It takes to get to the 26th property, okay, how many does it take? It takes 15 and 11. 15th is O, and 11 is K. 11 is 1 is 2, and 1 and 5 is 6. You automatically have 2, 6 again. KO, okay, back into Monopoly 26. 17 is the area. Area surface, why? Because B is 2, and O is 15. But to get there, it's 26. 26 and 17, that's 43. That's this weekend. Don't look at this area 27. This is something else. Mount Rushmore. I don't know. Let me see what else I got in here. The quarter moons. Here's one. Parts of the seagull, the quarter moons, and number 3. What the quarter, what the Seahawk means. The Seahawk means 3 and 3. Seahawk, Seattle Seahawks 3 and 3, which is covering up. When they take out this point or unpin from over here, this will open up and we will flow into a new area. It seems like they have trapped us in a time zone of some sort. Let me take a look into the next page. Let me look onto the next page. I'm missing something. Something's missing. You don't mind waiting for me? The Einstein theory, okay? I'm just going to open it up for 2 seconds. 72 and 52, okay? 7 and 2, 7 times 2 is 14n. 7 and 2 equals I. It's I and n. So 7 and 2 makes the I and n, and the equality of it is WIN. But when you go to Einstein, in order to get the 14, you have 5 and 9 that created the 14. Here you had the 7 and 2, which is the B and G, which says big. Instead of saying win, the 2 becomes a B and it says big. Why? Because the 7 is a G. It says big win. Einstein is 5 and 9, which is E and I, which equals to 14, which is the letter N. It's Ein. Or actually, you can just say it's 9 if you want. It equals to 45 and 14. 5 and 9. In this area over here, when I did number 72, which comes out to 23. Okay, 1 becomes 23, 1 becomes 28. 28 is the area. Is the 26 is B. 28 is B. It's for the time heaven we are in. I wanted to bring out something else. 680 was mentioned. Something to do with going all the way around Earth, 8 times 40 degrees, or 8 times 40 in Monopoly, and then 6 times 40 in Monopoly. So 6 is the opposite of 8 on the dice when we roll the dice. Here's the 8, here's the 6. They're the opposite of the dice. So you get 8 and 6, you get 14. So when you do this, you're getting 4 times 80 is 32, and you're getting 3 times 80 is 240. The total is 560. $560, something to do with the Grammys, something to do with the white, the fox, the yellow, something to do with the fox, something to do with the communication, something to do with white. And now if you want to add on 72 more degrees, it'll end up being 632 degrees. 63.2, I do not know what it means. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what it means. All I know is 5 and 4 is missing. Okay? 5 and 4 is missing. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm not going anywhere with this. Okay? 5, 6, and 0 are in the Grammys big time. Okay? The Wile E. Coyote or the coat of arms. Coat. Coat always says ribs. In French, it says côté. Or à la carte could be part of the côté. I'm trying to find something inside the creation of putting together the swastika, ending where you want to start from. This is the letter N, but we have the space in the center. It could be the letter Z. Heinz, right in the center over here, the connect. Heinz Field, where is Heinz Field right now? I don't know. But I know Heinz is 100% right now, wherever Heinz Field, I want to know where Heinz Field is. It's probably in Pittsburgh if I remember, if that's where it is. Z and N is 40, okay? The N is the 5th one, is 45. This is the 8th one, is 53. Electric company between 2. Electric company between 2 and I is 9. Electric company is 53, 62. And the 8 is 70. Again, this spells the letter R, Reich, 666, part of the Illuminati light up. Everything to do with R. I'm trying to look for something else. Let me look for something else. Whoop. Whoop. Just to show you, if we were doing this, let me see. No, I don't have it. If we were doing this, okay, if we were doing this, imagine this line. This line goes from here to here, okay? This line goes down this way. This line goes down this way. But we go like this, like this, like this, and like this. And bring this one from here to here. Go to jail, Pennsylvania, center of monopoly, short line, go to jail. Should we start this again? Pennsylvania freedom. No. Visiting jail to Pennsylvania freedom. Pennsylvania freedom to free parking, pick up the money. Pick up the money to short line and down to go to jail and go back to jail and start again. This is your swastika. If we put the other end of the swastika, okay, it would be here. We'd start at free parking. I'm going to do them both ways. I'm going to start at free parking, where I come into life and everything's free, park my ass in the crib. I get over to B&O Rail. I come into free parking, pick up the money. I go over here to Reading Railroad, and then I got to go. Or I go from go in life over to learning how to read, okay, crossing over free parking, where I have a chance, into the house of B&O, and then finishing off in free parking, because they're going to give you a house between here. This is the red. This red here, and this is Prince Charles. Barack Obama red, Prince Charles a violet purple over here. Go with the Mediterranean and Middle East. Cross over free parking. Now, if we do it the other way, okay, in which starts like this. We go from, hold on a second, I gotta start the other way. I go from free parking to Pennsylvania. I go through picking up my free parking money. I end up in short line and go to go. I go to go, Take my short line, go all the way through over towards where the money is, but you see the money, Atlantic City maybe Atlantic City by the shores, and you go over to Pennsylvania where you got your freedom, and you go over to free parking. Now if we did that, the other way around would be, we'd start off in jail, we'd learn how to read, no. We'd have to learn how to read, we'd have to go in jail, we have to learn how to read, we cross over where the money is. We end up where B&O is, Barack Obama, and back to jail again. So that is your swastika on the Monopoly board. You choose where you begin. Do you understand? There's a piece missing here. Here's a W. Here's a V. See the side here and the side here? Could be the pig. See these three dice? The one dice is missing because it's the one hole. This dice gets moved over and it creates a hole in the center. This is your life. Wherever you turn and stop, that's where you end up beginning in the life you're in, the Monopoly style, connected to, dun, da, 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 mess it all up, put it back in words, call him almighty, and your swastika has been born. 8 and 10 might be the same because it's the design of an hourglass. So you're counting all the time, but you're only counting the time in the 8th world. You're not counting the spirit time, what the spirit did at number 8. But you're counting in the digital world of 8 because of everything and every minute you've ever lived in your entire life. Genuine, I have a question for you. You said I looked, I cheated, I peaked. 1692, why don't we flip 1692 and go 2691? Or 9291 because they're on two separate sides, 183. I don't know what it is, but I definitely know 1692 was the train coming in, I think, into Boston City. You notice they had names. I drove all the way to California, and on my way to California, you know what it said? It said home. I was like, oh my God. George Holmes? Holmes? What? Holmes. Finding out the riddles. Here is the last piece of what I'm going to show, and there's something gravely missing in all this. I do not know where it is. By the way, I'm sorry. That was Mary Jane. For those of you who don't like the smoke, I should have announced it earlier. I hope you're not smelling that smoke I still see in front of me. Now, isn't it funny? Do you see the smoke? Isn't that weird? Because the smoke, you see where I'm pointing here in the smoke? My picture is on that side, but the smoke is on that side. So how were you still seeing that smoke for that little bit of time? When they put EST, was that the time of the presentation of the creation of whatever it was? Space? Or the element that is becomes of the space because it's a person, place, or thing built in 1592. It was a paper clip. Have you ever seen a paper clip? It's a U and a U. Look how a paper clip is made. The duck, shut the ducks, or the rabbit. Is it duck season or rabbit season? You shoot up or you shoot down? Unmixing what's mixed up in our heads. What we never searched for before, we never even thought of, and we don't even want to think about it in the future. Ronnie, you're telling us too much for absolutely no reason. I don't care. What do you want me to do? If I don't say it because you don't care, and there's one person that cares, have you ever heard it? One cares, then two cares, and shares with two. Two who share with one. That's two who shared, now four who know. And four who shared in one, now 8 know, and 16. And so on and so on. So you share, and those who don't want, they turn it off, and they don't share, they don't watch it again. But let me tell you one thing. Eventually, in some time, most of us will never forget what we don't want to know. And eventually it'll come back to you and say, oh shit, you see I wasted my time? Or oh look, a coincidence, another idiot just like Ronnie. Met a girl today. Well, it wasn't a girl, didn't actually meet her, but she was in the shop. But she wasn't shopping at all. She came to pick something up. Well, she must have shopped and bought it before if that was going on. She says, I saw it. I work at a place. I'm the niece of a certain woman. She says, I work at this place and everybody talks about you. She goes, everybody really likes you a lot. And that made my day. So anyways, we did this, the nose, the eyeballs, the baseballs, the footballs, the checkers, the chess, checkmate, no more moves. Are you parking? Are you not? Are we playing chess? Are we playing checkers? What happens in chess or checkers? Let's go here. Is it the letter I? Or did I make the O bigger? I made this O so big, it ended halfway off into here. When this gets bigger, it surrounds this. And all of a sudden it goes through this. Looks like Saturn. Ah, there it is, it's even. Or maybe it's spinning this way. Double Q. Two sides, pokes out, I got a double Q. The Q comes with a U, not needing the double Q because it's inside U. This is your percentage sign. Okay? This is your striped ball. Showing you two sides, because when you go straight up from here, you're on the right side. When you go down here, you're on the left side. Libra, Sagittarius, Capricorn, corn again. Got to look backwards one page. This was a plastic bag I saw, and this is what it looked like. That's all. Nothing more than that. Jesus, sunset. S-U-S. Why don't you just say, Jesus Christ, use us? U-S-E, use. Inside the word Jesus, it also says Jews. But the French say a G for a J and a J for a G. So put a G here, and it says Jesus. That's not even a word. What is it, G-E? G-E, General Electric? Again, General Electric? General Electric source, let's power up. You and you, two worlds of Christ. What does it mean, Christ? Christ is an energy power. It's a thought within your own mind. You've never seen it, you've never touched it, you've never held it. You actually really only read about it, and half the books we write are not 100% truthful. So you only have a bit of who he is. They could have partaken him for a man who has existed already and before, only to use that name because we needed it in another system. But Yeshua is really his name. So there is no Jesus Christ at all. It's a made-up name. It's Yeshua. They shortened it all and mixed you up. Then they can mix up half the what are we talking about? They can just mix up, you put a little bit of extra spice in it because it's not really Yeshua's name, so you're not really putting down the Jesus. Jesus is a power cell. He's an energy. H-C, creation, heaven. 8-3. I was telling you and talking to you. I don't want to tell you anything. I want to talk to you of things. I want you to listen, but I don't want to make you listen. And I still want to talk, so if you're still there, you're going to listen, because it's better to listen than try not to hear, because it would take you more not to hear, not to listen than anything at all. You may as well go away. Anyways, the risk factor. Trist means sad. First, inside his name. Scratch. S-C-R-A-T-C-H. Scratch. I always use Jesus and scratch. The seventh gate is now where 6 used to be. So Uranus is where your face is. That's how I keep anointing them together, because don't forget, 8 takes up the 7th position. 15 equals 6. 7 takes up the 6th position. 6 and 7, 13 equals 4. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals 34, equals the AC/DC up your ass, and that's who you are. You are of the blue light, warming up the inside cell. And then you sell your bull to yourself your whole life, never looking at reality. But then again, we always have to hide in a world of treason. They planted so many trees, we're not sure in which one the actual place we should be living. Just to show you this over here, H, the A is before the 8, take away 1 equals 7. But after before the H is this, okay, J, When you say J, the only way to get a J is with an A and an I. They are exactly opposite of parts. A and I equals J, or it would say gay, G-A-I. This says I have. This says K. Maybe you're saying Jake, like Jakey, like Jack, trying to rename his name because these are the angel letters. Aha! It's a joker, an electronic angel creation of two parts and two worlds that are divided up between the heavens of I and I, because H is I. You get into the bottom world or the top world. You're the top light or you're the bottom light. Both the same. You're still living in one body, making one man out of many pieces that came together from two others. Chi, which is a K, says I. 1, 1, 1, and 9. 9, 11. Chi says the same word, but this is the sound. This says a dock, where you bring your boat. A kai, okay, can be the kind of heater. We heat in the wintertime. A kai can also be a certain kind of animal, like a chicken. They're a smaller animal. A and R, the sound of A1 into R18 minus, because it's before the R becomes the value of the Q. So the queen becomes the king. R, the 13th card in the deck. Could be the 14th card when you bring the ace 11 inside, but then all kings are reduced to 10 points, so they're no valued of just one social value. But I'm not getting into that because I didn't explain it properly. So what you get here is A and R. 17, you have the queen. Not only do you have the queen here, but when you bring it down over here, where L is, okay, L is EL, becomes 7. If you go EL 5 plus 12, because they each have a value, that would be 17. But because it's before it, I minus it, it's only 7. If you want number 17, there is no 17, unless you go to R. Here's your 17. Where is your other 17? Can we make anything else? The only one that comes to 17 is Q, in which Q, I didn't even mark on here. Q equals 38. The same thing for the club. Join the club. Remember, if I extend this over here, I'll put a U on this side and we'll start out with 2 queens. You see this square here? And this? That's an arrow. What's over here is the open space. And then over here will be another arrow. We always need the open space between two to give the decision of something or not. Because if there's not the space in the opening of the decision between this side or that side, then it will be never this side or that side, and it won't stop, and it'll go around and around and around and around, or it'll break. Or this arrow won't be here. Because you can't go both ways. There's got to be a split in the middle, show that there's a door open or closed, whether we're going up or down. There's always got to be a space for something. If we show no space and the page was blue, you'd see nothing. Let me begin again. Ah, joker, yes. There's a joker in the game. There's a king in the game. In French, there's a roi. There's a Heaven's 8 card, which is an I, which is the 9 and 1. It talks to you about all the first cards. But in this letter, it's automatically 189, because there's an 89 in here. It's 2 letters. It's not 1 letter, it's 2 letters. And if you turn it to the side and hold it as a C, you have the 3rd letter in there. It's a C. That's why we have to try and figure out how to say H. You understand? H. Acne, H, creation heaven, electronic and robotic, 1 and 5 on the outside, 3 and 8 on the inside. You know, they used to hang a lot of people with ropes. Hang equals 30 creation. Rope is ore, is the gold, is 33, 49, and 5 is 54. When they hang you by the rope, they choke your sun. So rope is 54, and so is the sun 54. I wrote this down as 1492. You see what they did here? I mean, 1692. They put the X in between the C. Why couldn't they put the, you see it was 1692. Why couldn't they minus 8? They couldn't minus 8. So they had to put X before C minus 10 plus 2. 65. This is what we're coming into this weekend. It's all about 65. 1111 is 22, my friends. I've been seeing 22 all over the place. I just picked up a bill, it was 888. That's 22, 22, 22. 22, 22, 22 is 66, and 888 is 55. The weekend 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 42. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe of the 7 stripes and the 6 lines. The 7 stripes and the 6 stripes, because the 6 stripes are the in-between stripes, in which, if I remember, there's 4 stripes and 2 stripes, just like Rubik's Cube, that when you turn the center, 4 move and 2 do not, in which the stripes, when you have 7 stripes, you'll have the white on the 2 outsides, and you'll have 6 on the inside. But because you have the stars and the blue marking, you stop. Over here, you'll make 2 white stripes and a red, or whatever it is, and then you'll continue on. So it's telling you something in the color separation of the lines of the flags, and any other flag that might be put there. And don't forget, at least 1 out of every 3 is a fake. One of the reasons is because we're playing a 3-game series in baseball, and the first team to win 2 games takes the match. In hockey, on most equations, we play a 7-game series. It could be 4-1. You would get 5 games, you only have 1 loss. You can do 4-2, but it would really be 3-2 before it became 4-2. It wouldn't be 3-1, and it had to be 3-1 to become 3-2, did it not? 3-1, you're 2-1, the other guy gets you, it's 2-2. Then you get 1, it's 3-2 for you. How to win the series. But in football, they let you tackle the guy, but they don't let you beat him up. You beat him up, they throw you out. But in hockey, you beat him up. Maybe you'll get a fine, plus they'll put you in the box. You have to sit in the box. It's a rectangular box for both teams. That's why it's more than a square, because there's more than 1 team. There's 2 teams. 2 teams were definitely inside our own body. The horse that does all the work, keeps you breathing. Hey, can't talk more than 10,000 more words, my body, because I'll shut your mouth. I will take away your energy. Speak little as possible, or you shall be stunned. Now, we did the R. Here's the R, A, C inside of R. Why? Because if I had to connect 2 sides, okay, of LOSHU, okay, or connecting just the top part of A, B, C, okay, or did I start A, C, G? Is that the way we started? A, C, G? Or we could have started D, D, B, H, or we could have started C, I, G, or we could have started B, F, H. This is how we can start. What are they? They're triangles off the number system of the telephone that you're making a phone call. Or I may have removed them and taken them off from the... You guys must know this. Come on, guys. 95% of my people are 35 and over. Where's the 18-year-olds who are doing all the buttons? Who are always sending texts? Don't you know you're manipulating your own mind every time you send a text? If you don't notify yourself of what you're doing actually in the text, you will be punishing yourself for the future. Because what the text all about, and don't scream, and little rules and regulations of what not to do, plus the many more errors that usually happen than ever before, or the amount of time that is lost while you need to think to send a text and you are not watching out what's in front of you. So if you think that you're just sending a text, if that's what you think you're just sending a text, you are. You're sending a text. Just like the medication you're taking. Sometimes it'll have an after effect and sometimes it won't. But this one, you're happy to do because you're sending somebody a text. Talk proper more between you and the other parties so that within time you'll have a better understanding and you won't have to write so much, because when we write, the smallest error, we take it gravely to heart. That's why I'm against total texting. I can't stand it. I don't even like, I used to write 1,000 words when I write to somebody, and sometimes I write it because I'm thinking, as I'm writing to him, I'm also writing down, I'm also talking to myself and looking deeper at what I'm sending, even if I make the mistakes. I'm well aware. Very important to be well aware. So these are the triangles. This is 1, 3, 7. This is the Nibiru triangle. Okay. Now, if I was playing that on LOSHU, 1, 3, and 7, this is what it would look like. This is 3. This is, let me see it again. 1, 3, and 7. 7, 3. Oh, I can't see this. How did I do this? 1, 3, 7. No, that's not it. You know what happened? Is that the way you mark gamma? It's that line was over here, so I mistook it for PlayStation. Something to do with PlayStation, putting them all up. This is a triangle. In fact, it's 2 triangles. It's 2 triangles. This is 19 and 23. 2 different parts, totaling 42. The second part is 55 and 59. This is this weekend. These spirit connectors, okay, on the roulette wheel, are all touching this weekend. And area 68, which is number 42, all in its own. 6 and 8, 4 and 2, 10, 10 world. 6 and 4, 7 and 3 creation. Your face is there. It's on the field. It's all happening this weekend, number 22. Oh my God, it's crazy. Royal Lord, she gained a lot of weight. I may have done this video yesterday. Maybe you're craving a different kind of buzz. Order says New World Order. And Fanta. Antarctica Cola. Antarctic Cola. What's going on in the Antarctic? What's going on in the Bering Sea? You dance like a bird. The suit and the tie in a boxing match. The blurry eyes. Pink. Pink. Have you ever seen Snoopy Dog? And Snoopy Dog says SOS. You want me to do it this way? It says 505 SOS. We are at the passage zone, midfield, my friends. Midfield, my friends. Midfields. Whatever it's going to happen, it's happening dead center. That's where it's happening. Let me see what else is in here. Okay, now I'm going to do this again. This is going to be the last part. B and E, 7, 52, 7, C and E. So right away, these 2 letters come together as 8 and 7, 10 and 5, 105, 10 and 5. How can I explain it? Which is JE. It's what you get as a crisscross with 1, 5, and 9. In LOSHU, it's 4, 5, and 6. The Federation is what you get right here. And it's all in the mind. It shows you right here. 7 and 8 inside of 9 and 6. D and E is your electronics on 9. F, okay, is not the same. It jumps over to 11. F is also 1. 1. And we're going to go back over here to D. 1 and 9 come together to make that one man spirit. 4 and 5. 1 and 1. Why? Because F is 6, E is 5. But E is before the F, so it makes it 1. And if you put it after the F in life, you'd make it 11. You put it together between here and here, 5 and 4, because D and E, the electronics, and E and F is the continuation, makes 9, 11. I've got somebody calling me, and I don't know who it is, so I'm going to have to just wait 1 second. Oui, hello? Yes. I'm good. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay, just it's 5 gallons of motor oil. I am. 15W40. Hold on. Oh my God, what did you say? Hydraulic? Yes. Grade, there's a grade on it. 32. Oh, I thought you said 32 gray. So it's thicker when you go up in the grades. Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, most likely I'm there by, I'm going to try and do it early tomorrow, 10 o'clock, 10:30. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. No, no. Okay. Yeah, and listen, I didn't want to not mind my business, but I told Martin, I said, listen, I says, whatever it is, if you don't even give them a raise, I says, I don't care. I says, if you're honest to your employees, you're going to have employees. But when you're not honest, they don't want to come back. But that's what it is, Hermie. It is $20. It's an hour and a half. It's $15. You gave him more. Yeah, you just. Yeah, but when you said I told you the raise, you should have said it. Did you say a raise or did you say the regular pay plus an outside supplement? Yeah, no, yeah, I know. It's just that I mentioned that you have to make it a supplement and not a raise. And well, yeah, you can do both of them. You can do a supplement of 50 cents and a raise of 25 cents. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to use the guys because you know the way the intelligence works. Anyways, okay, I got this done for tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Okay, so now this guy works for my brother, all right? And doesn't like to leave the company, doesn't want to go away. Something might happen. Nothing's happened in 10 years yet. But he doesn't want to go away from the company, and he stays with the guys. So there's another guy that's coming in tomorrow. And this guy doesn't usually work on Fridays. But he's been working the last... He's been working the last 3 weeks. He's such a good guy. It's terrible. Not the brightest guy in the world, because he's not the brightest towards what I see. Very smart. Never breaks anything, never abuses, and he hasn't stolen from anybody. He gives his heart, his whole heart, and he never even asks for anything extra, and he never did. In 50 years, since 1961, he's been there. Electric company, 53 years this summer. 75 years old. This guy doesn't even take a break. He chopped his fingers off in the middle of a break because he wouldn't take a break. He fixed them and came right into work. He's cut thousands of nuts off of pigs. He's done everything, this guy. Is he stupid? No, he's not a stupid guy. I just don't know the whole, what's it called, of him at all. So anyways, the best guy in the world, his name is Normand. Why don't we just reverse his name? Normand, N-D, second, instead of Nor, change it around. It's Ron. He's me. He's me before I was me at all. Great guy, great guy. So anyways, yeah, so he wanted me to bring hydraulic oil. So what we need hydraulic oil is to move things. The train system works on hydraulic oil, and the number hydraulic they would be using right now is high grade or number 32. Now high grade is a hot dog. High grade, na 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 na, high grade. High grade is MetLife. Is it not? Did Snoopy or Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown, Lucy, Lucifer, MetLife? Linus and Minus? Playing on the diamond, it was baseball. That's what it was all about. A company bought a football stadium but only plays baseball with Charlie Brown. Hold on, this is my son. Hello? What's up? Yeah? Yep. Oh. And what did you say to him? What time? Okay, so whatever, you'll go in the afternoon, and if it's not there, if he's not there and it's not there, you just mark him one note. You call him up on the phone, and you mark him one, after he tells you whatever, a different story, he says, you say, okay, just whatever, tell him nothing. You just go to the norme de travail with me, and we'll... Oh, okay, so you should call him. Yeah, you should call him, you should send him a message. Do me a favor, just put it in the cash, and I'll come pick it up like we did with the other people, like with the other employees. That's what you should write him. Don't ever tell him that. You tell him nothing. Don't tell him. No, but who did you say that to? Him? Oh, I can't. Okay, because he would have said to you, "It's not already." Say, I just. Yeah, okay, so you should have just said, I just want my pay." That's it. You're just fine. But anyways, when you go tomorrow, it's not there. We're gonna go. What time you finish tomorrow? Fuck. I'm gonna go to them myself and ask what to do. Okay, yeah, it's not. Yeah, he's not gonna wait forever. He just wants you to say something bad. I know. I can see it already. He's waiting for you to say something bad so he can catch you on a microphone and say he was this and that, and that's the kind of guy he seems to be from that country. Just to make you bad trouble. So never say a word. Always say nothing. Easier that way. And I'll see you in the morning. I gotta pick up some oil. Okay. Cool. Ciao. Bye. Yeah, sorry I didn't clue you in. My son went to pick up his check. His boss put everybody off for the holidays on the 18th of December. Told him on the 18th of December, the 20th of December, they're closed for 2 weeks. Then he comes in the first week and doesn't give him any hours. The second week, he gives him a few hours. And he did that because my son wrote him a note. He says, "Hey, you're treating me like a piece of dirt." He says, "It's hard to work for a guy like you." Because of that, he just doesn't want to give him his check. He's waiting almost 10 days now to get a check. That one guy, you heard in the last conversation, I was telling him give him the extra money and how to give him the extra money. Because we don't know how to think. We don't know what's proper. We don't know what's right. And we tend to be quite cheap on people that we need. Now, if the product is not any of your employees' business, okay, what you get for the product. But it's your business that you get something for the product so you can pay your employees. Now, do you pay your employees so the business can stay open long enough just to survive the small prices? Or will it be like that forever? Everybody makes very, very little. So that means the costs have to go down. First of all, I just want to tell you one thing. I walked into the store the other day, 45 different kinds of yogurts. Can't figure it out. Okay, so this is what we're going to next. That was my son. I told him we're going to go maybe to the... you heard what I said. I just don't like... I just stay away. Don't get... If you don't want it, Don't get into that position. If you feel you're going to get into that position, you can take a chance, but understand what you might have to go through. And thank God we got these people in different government resources that we could. So let's go back onto here. We have PE becomes 24. It becomes your number 19, which is A and E. And E, that is between A and I on your telephone, comes in to rejoin this, but it's the same thing, because in the B, okay, the 2 number on your telephone, and on the 8 number your telephone, this is found. And in between, the 5 is found. D and E is next to each other. C and E is on a corner from each other. B and E are above each other. E and S, 1 and 9, are on 2 sides of it. Or E and S is 19, is in the 1 position, so it's in the top left-hand corner. P and E, which is number 7, which is the bottom left-hand corner. But E is no more than 1 away on 2 different angles from each letter. T and E, 25. What's good about this, vote or love, is that number 22 and 5 equals 27Y. It also is yeah, okay? 27th letter is yeah, or it's oh yeah, because the 27th letter where the position moves inside a Rubik's Cube, and what you're actually showing up is this side here, and the top here, making like a T or a half a T in a line, pieces and parts. So we end up getting the Y and the Y, flipping this on 2 different sides, maybe like that, I think, that angle. But it's the Y because it's before Z and after Z. Now you can put Z over here. But the Z can now be changed for an N. So if we take 2 sides of an N, okay, the Z, okay, can be changed for an N. Okay, so we have YZY. Or we change it to the NLM, NOMNM, ONO. Yoko Ono. Because the N flips to the side and becomes the Z and the N, they play in 2 different worlds. We use them both ways. This is the in-between. This becomes 14. This is 26 is 40. If you use the 3, it's 78. 7 and 8 equals 6. If you use the 3, it's 42. 42 is 6. 42 and 78. This year, now we'll go to G. G is number 7. G and E is 5. It becomes 12. It can become 2. As well as G plus E is after the G. Now we have 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 1 is 2. This one would be 1 to 12. This would equal 78. Just these letters coming together. 78. We're really supposed to not go down to these numbers. I'm supposed to go into LMN and then over this way. Why? Because LMN, 7, 8, and 9. BCD, 7, 8, and 9. B2 and 14. The total 16 of light. Is that what we got here? 9, 9, 8, 8. C and E plays together with M and E. Meese? Any Meese around? Any nieces around? Any C? Where's the C? So what words can we create, and how do we create them? And here's your 19. If it was X, it's before the X. If it was after, it'd be number 29. So you would have executive, because now what you're saying is the X, okay, can say actually extapia, saying the X first without sounding. Can you say X without sounding the E? This would be 29 and 19, 39, 48. EXE. 565, New World Order, Super Bowl. EXE. E and X is your 19. E and S, Essex, or Essex Junction, New York, 33, the command and the creation. EN and EX is Exon. What do we want to say? What do we want to say? XN, XL. So let's talk about XL, because that works together. XL, it says 1926. Why not FedEx? Here, F, Fed, X. 11, well, let's use the regular letter. 6, 4, 10, 34. FedEx is 34. 6 times 4 is FedEx. FedEx is 34. Because the sounding of the letter afterwards will tell you what this letter sounds, I sound with the E. And because this is an I sound X and I. I am EX and I am XEXI. Or just X and I. So we mentioned mostly about these numbers and letters. The time on the field, the time outs on the field. Again, number 32 is very special because when we talk 32 in Fahrenheit, it's always added on. 0 Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit. If you come to this area here, 32 at 0 Celsius, 36 plus 32, 68. 20 world. No, excuse me. 20 Celsius times 1.8 equals 36. Creation is 666. Plus the 32 above 0 is 68. Denver, Broncos, Seattle. But if we do it the other way, it'll be plus 4. So which temperature are we actually looking right now? We want to look at what will make 32 degrees. What will make 40 degrees, okay? And at what temperature does a seahawk or an oumuette, which is a seagull, at what temperature do they have problems flying? So now that we have 68, now we have to go to 42, okay? Because 42 and 68, or we can go to 24 and we can go to 86. 24 Celsius, 24 Fahrenheit, 42 Celsius, 42 Fahrenheit, 86 Fahrenheit, 86 Celsius. All these numbers must be introduced into this game, and Seahawk is number 38. I'm not going to add it up right now. There was a number 42. I missed out on something. I don't know where it is, but anyways, Raphael 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. Oh crap, that's an hour? Oh, I hope it uploads. Come on guys, before I shut it down, I'm asking the computer system, please, 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 I've been here an hour, please upload this stuff. It's just stuff. It's my stuff and I'm sharing the stuff. Don't worry, it's not illegal, it's all legal, it's good stuff. Thank you for watching.